All right, so in this one, I am going to show revising and updating a resume. So here's an example. It's a sample resume that I just populated. It's not a real person, of course. The name is algorithm, but the premise of this is that it's just an educator, 15 years experience, etc., working in education, right, across K-12 and post-secondary. I just try to make it relevant. So we got all the um, information here in the resume, right? The experience, etc. But the first thing that we definitely want to do before we do anything with this document with AI is remove personal information, right? And if you notice too, the personal information, like the name and everything, is actually right here in the title of the document. So I'm going to change the name of the document. I'm just going to call it Doc one, just so it's very generic and vague, because I am going to take this and upload it into an AI system, which for me, I always recommend, this is just me, um, do not upload your personal information data, uh, even your image. That's my whole thing. We can go down another rabbit hole another day, but remove the personal information, right? So you might have this already available, your resume in your LinkedIn profile or something like that. But if we're going to upload it into an AI system, then we want to remove that. Now it's just the professional experience, education, and all that type of stuff, right? So we got this. Now from here, I can download this document and I'm going to download it just in PDF format. You can download a Word doc too, however you want to do it, but PDF or Word should work fine. Now I'm going to jump to my AI system. I'm not using ChatGPT for this one. I'm using Claude, which is basically a competitor of ChatGPT. They are very similar in the way that you use them. But for me, I found that Claude gives me better outputs for certain things. So just showing using Claude. You can use ChatGPT here too. But either way, there's a free version, right, of Claude as well. So you can see right here, I got my free plan. All right, but what I'm going to do is take that document that I just downloaded, right? Doc one, add it right here. Now, what I want this to do is I want to make sure that it's optimized so that whenever I apply for a job, send in the application with the resume, that whenever the resume gets scanned, assuming that they use some type of computer-based system or ATS, right, applicant tracking system, that I'm basically hitting all of the kind of metrics, right, or the things that they would be scanning for. I'll also show how we can make this align to individual actual jobs, job descriptions, specific roles that you apply to, but we're creating just our general resume here. So I'm going to tell it, uh, analyze the attached resume. We want to say provide recommendations for ATS, applicant tracking system optimization. Right. And I'm going to have it run that. It's going to read the resume and give me the analysis, right? It's going to give me uh, what's great about it, what could be better, all those things, which I could actually take those things and then make updates and adjustments to the resume document myself. But what we could also do, what I'm going to show here next, is you can basically have the AI system, Claude in this case, implement its own recommendations. So it may basically revamp the resume all right here. Right. So it gave you all that. But now I'm just going to have it use the recommendations and give me an updated version. So create an updated version based on the recommendations. Let's see what we get. Right. Now here's the optimized version of it. And if you want to, the cool thing about this is that you can always go back and read about what was changed, what adjustments were made, where this is different than the original document that you had, so that going forward, whenever you want to make revisions and updates yourself, you kind of already have an idea of what a system might be scanning for whenever you submit your resume. All right, so we got that, right? And then about it, we'll basically outline all the enhancements, everything here as well. So you have that information. So then I can actually save from this. One of the things I do like about Claude, since I started using it, is this kind of breakdown here where you do get this split screen situation where you can get this separate document, like a brand new PDF, which is kind of cool. I've always liked that. So I can save this PDF, right? And then I'll have this document. Or if you really wanted to, you could basically just copy and paste, right? You want to make sure that you and copy and paste and go through, check the information, make sure it's still valid, make sure it didn't change anything. I'm just gonna make a new tab for the updated version. But again, I would check just to make sure everything is still accurate. And in your prompt in Claude or ChatGPT, you can also tell it whenever it revises your resume in that initial prompt where you tell it, revise based on ATS optimization. Also say, do not change any of the information, right? Make sure that all of the data, metrics, everything stays consistent, but just make the revisions so that it is optimized. So then from here, you go in, you can do your formatting, change the fonts, and you can even ask the system, what's the best font to have, what size font makes the most sense, so on and so forth. And even about like design, should I have, different colors on my resume or should it just be black and white, right? You can ask those things, but basically, there's your resume optimization. Hope this helps. Come back for more. Peace.